Okay folks, today marks 1 year of my being homeless, i.e. down and out in Torrevieja. Join me as we take a trip through my day. We start with the sunrise and a little view of the sunrise from camp. Good morning folks, 7:45 on a Monday morning, Monday August the 14th, and we're off to get some water. Okay folks, 3 bottles on the trolley, and there's one in the bag because I've accidentally brought a broken bottle that will leak out. Oh, get the camera. I have to carry that home. That bottle's split. Carry that home. It'll drip down my backside on the back of my legs while we go, but that can't be helped. Here's our wonderful little trolley, folded up, nice and compact. It's revolutionised the job of fetching water. We now fetch 4 bottles in one trip instead of 2 trips. It's revolutionary. I did make the mistake, of course, of taking a bottle that was already split, so I had to put that in a bag and carry it on my back. Consequently, I got home and I'm a little bit wet through on the posterior. A little bit wet on the posterior, but such is life. Couple of things to note here, guys. Do you see how wet the table is first thing in the morning? Basically how wet everything is. That's most mornings. And here, this was my measuring cup for liquids and flour and sugar when I cook. I got a dog. There's a reason she's called Tina Damage and Destruction. I washed it yesterday. It was on this chair, and she pulled the chair over with everything on it, and that didn't survive the drop. Everything else did. But I'm going to have to fathom a new way of in particular kind of weighing flour and sugar. I mean, liquids you can gauge, but the weight of sugar and flour, not so easy. So thanks for that, Tina. Can you see her over there? I'm not sure, I can't see anything on the screen. There she is, little Miss Damage and Destruction. Hey babe. Okay folks, time for some breakfast. I skipped a meal last night. Kind of had half a pack of biscuits in bed, but that didn't really fill the gap. So this morning, a bit of porridge, I think. We start with water. And we're going to add a bit of powdered milk. Not too much. Probably somewhere about that much. And then we're going to take a sachet or 2 of porridge oats and go from there. Okay folks, sachet 1, sachet 2, and give them a stir and see how we're doing. I would say we're definitely going to need the 3rd sachet. And even that's maybe not enough. Maybe too much water. Okay. That's the third sachet in. I'm not going to put it on the heat. Firstly, it's going to be a warm day. I don't need heat. Secondly, I don't want to waste 20 minutes worth of gas boiling it up. Or 10 minutes of gas. I'll just leave them to soak for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll see what we've got. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. It's thickened up a little bit, but not too much. But I'll just have to have it as it is. Beggars can't be choosers. I do have some more porridge oats stored somewhere, again in the drawers in the bedroom, I think. But for today, this will do. And we're finished. And with only minimal spillage down my front. I don't know how well that'll show. Drips down the beard. Or runs down the beard and drips down my front. Such is life. And there's my girl having her breakfast. Hey Tina, say hello. Yeah. All of my solar is deployed. With one exception. 2 shakes. I used to have 3 of these. Got them out of a bin between Christmas and New Year, I think it was. Only one still works, unfortunately. But it's typically, well, this would typically go on the table. Like so, to catch the sun all day long. Table's a bit cluttered, but hey ho, such is life. So that's all of my solar deployed. So, who remembers me doing a video of washing clothes a little while back? And remember I left the things to soak overnight and the water turned to sludge. Yeah, there was so much muck. Well, these shorts, that's all that's in here, one pair of shorts. I rinsed these yesterday, but didn't wash them because I was running out of water. I had to go and get water this morning. So these have already been rinsed once, and now I've put them into soak now, just for a quarter of an hour. I was gonna put my t-shirt in for a quick soak, but look at the colour of that water. I guess I should have known, because when I rinse my t-shirt, which I'm doing daily, the water goes a decent shade of grey, and the shorts aren't getting rinsed daily, so it's gathering, I guess, it's collecting. So I'm going to have to pour this water away, wring these out, put some clean water in, then I'll do my t-shirt, and then I'll put the shorts in to wash properly, or to soak at least with some soap. That's the next step. And over here, I'm just packing the rucksack. We're going to go to the park. We'll have to go to the park for the afternoon. It's just unbearably hot here. I got some bread buns left that I bought on Friday. They're starting to go mouldy already, so I'm going to have to get those. Eaten. So I've dug out a few bits of jam and mayonnaise and various other bits and pieces that can go. I've got a bacon and cheese kind of sauce. I think it's meant to be like a burger relish or something, I don't know. But I've got a few bits to put on the bread, and I've got some crackers in there as well. I've just topped up all the water bottles. Having a bit of trouble with my flask. Just recently I had 2 drinks go bad in there. I had I think it was a coffee. It was a a cappuccino I had in there. It's not great to put that in a flask anyway, but I didn't drink it that day. And when I came to it the next, it was literally fizzy. I thought I'd given it a good clean out, and then I put some, I think it was chocolate, drinking chocolate in there. And same again, didn't drink it that day, and the next day it was, there was so much pressure built up in the flask, I couldn't press the little valve. Let me see if I can show you. It's got one of these pour things, you know, you press the button and pour. Well, so much pressure had built up inside when the stuff had gone bad and kind of gone fizzy. So much pressure built up, I couldn't even push that down. Had to open the flask, and it went with a bit of a pop. I'm assuming that something's gone bad in there and that I just haven't cleaned it out well enough before putting the second drink in. So right now it's got some water and bleach in there to clean it out properly. So I won't be taking that with me today. That's gonna sit here and cleanse. Maybe that way up, so that the water and bleach can work its way through the mechanism that end. So that's us. I gotta throw this water away and clean my t-shirt, or soak my t-shirt, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay guys, while I'm washing my t-shirt, or rinsing my t-shirt, I decided to have a little wash myself. A little freshen up before walking to the park. It's a hot day. I'm sure you know how washing works. You don't need to watch all this. Let's skip forward. I assume you know how drying works with a towel. Let's skip forward from this as well. Brushing or combing hair. I think you know how that's done. Let's skip again. Okay, here's the bit we're after. The nice wet cool t-shirt. Wring out the excess water, put it down to begin drying, and the evaporation process actually provides the cooling. Next I throw away the dirty water, get some clean so that I can put that pair of shorts back in for a proper wash. And add a splash of dish soap, washing up liquid. Now for the good part, putting that cool t-shirt on. And now this should be nice and cool. Oh yeah. The water was hot, but the evaporation means it cools down. Okay, that's our job done. Okay folks, we're almost ready to go. Just got one final job to do before we set off. The rucksack falling apart but ready to go. But over here I need to move my solar panels, because in a couple of hours the sun will move around behind the tent and these will be in shade. So I need to put them where they'll get the sun for a bit longer. And then later in the evening I'll move them. This one goes up and leans on that log. This one leans on the on this square, I don't know what it is, a piece of a fir tree or something. So yeah, that's us ready now. Tina girl! Tina girl! Here she comes. Okay. Okay, here we go. Off to the park. Okay, it looks like we're having one little pit stop. We've only gone about 5 yards. You done? Okay, off to the park now then. Okay folks, we're in the park. Boots on the ground. All set up, ready for the afternoon. Maybe this time we will have some of those chats that I keep saying I'm going to have. I'm in a chatty kind of mood. A reflective, ponderous. We'll see. Oh. Oh. We'll see. Not now. Maybe in a little while. I'll check back later. For now I'll do a quick panorama. Towards Kino's, the kiosk in the park. There we go around. There's a little lady called Tina. I think you've met her before. And you can see how sunny it is out there and how shaded it is just here where we are. And that's the idea. That's the reason we're here. Okay folks, later. Okay folks, back at camp. Nothing much to report about the park. Quiet day in the shade. Distracted myself just watching YouTube videos. Yeah, just try to keep my mind occupied really. Now we're back. I need to set these solar panels to catch the last of the sun. We've probably got a couple of hours of daylight left. Maybe an hour of useful sunshine here. So yeah, it's a bit cloudy, so we might not get much in the way of usable sunshine. Don't know. We'll see. Okay folks, just back from a quick shopping trip to Mercadona. The main item on the agenda, food for her ladyship. Make sure that she's fed for the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm low on cash, so the priority is to make sure that she's fed for, well, for as long as I can. But while I was there, I'm having a kind of a celebration-y, commiseration-y night. So I bought myself a bit of wine and some cola to water it down and make it go further. Yeah, that's about it, I think, for today. It's just after 8. She's all fed and watered and walked. So we're probably, well, I'm going to wait for the tent to cool down a bit. Still way above 30 in there, I think. I had a look just before we went shopping. Tina, girl, come this way. Just so that I've got a bit of loose on the lead. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Can we see that? Yeah, I don't know how well that shows up on the screen. I haven't got my eyes in, so I can't read it properly myself. 35.6, I think, at 10 past 8. So yeah, it's a bit warm in there. I'll open it up, see if I can't get some airflow. But I need to keep the bedroom part fastened, keep the flies out, because they've just been quite annoying the past couple of hours. Okay folks, oh, I didn't zoom back out again. Okay folks, unless there's any major developments, that's it for tonight, I think. I've got some videos to edit. Okay folks, it's still Monday. I'm still here. I've just recorded a couple of little bits to insert, or re-recorded a couple of bits for the weekly programme. That was the week that was. And I thought I'd just share with you a little bit something that happened last night. Because it's part of this day and it hasn't been mentioned so far. It was the very beginning of this anniversary day. Crazy. So, I've said previously about Labara, my mobile phone provider. Yeah. And about how my data package ran out like a week early, and I bought a new package, a larger package. So at midnight on Sunday night, the original package was due to expire. Its 4 weeks were up, even though I'd run out of data and I'd already used it up, kind of thing, you know, days earlier. The actual 4-week time period was up. So technically I had 2 packages running simultaneously, overlapping. And this worried the shit out of me. Normally, the package will overrun midnight by 5 minutes, 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, something like that. And I got a text message saying your package is about to kind of expire. And I thought, oh, it's okay, that's the old one. I've got a new package that's going to run for another 3 weeks, no problem. So we get to 12:15 and I lose my connection. No data. Nothing. And I thought they haven't like just cut it because the first package expires at that point. And for half an hour I had no data, and I was convinced that it was them, that they'd cut the data because the package had expired. Maybe you're not supposed to have overlapping packages. Maybe that's not something they expect. But they allowed me to buy it. So I had all sorts of notions in my head about how I was going to have to wait until 10 or 11 and go to the shop down here and and argue with them or ask them what's the score. And of course, me having very little money as well. I rebooted the phone in case it was just some weird connectivity issue. Did all the usual, turn it off and on again, all that stuff. Nothing. So gave up on it and played some music that I've got stored on the phone. And then another half an hour later, I just happened to try something. I think one of the alerts at the top of the phone, when I scrolled down, was pointing to a video. And I thought that shouldn't be there. That alert wasn't there. And when I clicked it, it took me in and appeared to work. I still didn't believe it. I didn't trust it. I thought maybe it was some cached data saved from another browsing session or whatever. But no, after a little bit of poking around and bringing up new things on the phone, my data was back. But it was definitely Libara. They probably have an automated system that goes through and a few minutes past 12 cuts you off. And then maybe they have another system goes around half an hour later and checks they haven't done anything stupid. Like if someone has two packages running simultaneously. And then they re-enable you. That's my guess. Having seen the inside of some of these companies in the past, that would be my guess at what happened there. So yeah. Now that was a fun and worrying way to start my my anniversary of being a homeless tramp. Worrying. Especially when I'd spent the money and then it disappeared. When I don't have much money and I went for the higher package again, 15 euros out of my PayPal, which is donated by you guys. So yeah. So thank you to those of you that have made contributions. To anybody who would like to help, who's in a position to help, there'll be a link in the description, and maybe I'll put in the pinned comment a link to the PayPal Pay Me page. Send me, I don't know, PayPal Donate, I think it's called. But yeah, give that a look if you're in a position to, and if you're of a mind to. No pressure. It would help though. Okay, guys. Delta Mike out. So guys, about 9:15, Monday the 14th of August. We come to the end of my celebration day, I guess. My anniversary of becoming homeless. Take a view back towards camp, the other side of those trees. Okay guys, let's hope we're not here in another year. Delta Mike out.